Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I come to you live Monday evenings at 7 p.m. And I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I hope everyone had a great weekend, especially you mothers. I hope yesterday you had a great Mother's Day. I had a great weekend. My husband and I went away on Wednesday, and we came back Sunday yesterday. So he decided to go away for our anniversary, which is actually this coming Thursday. He said, I want to take you away, and we normally go away somewhere on our anniversary. So he's like, let's go to California. We needed to pick up some parts for our Jeep from a guy that's doing some parts for us. So let's go to California. His preference would be the beach, but it's cold usually in May. We have experienced that. It's cold in May. And so I don't like to sit on the beach in May in California because it is so cold over there. So he's like, okay, I am a roller coaster person. I love roller coasters. I love to ride them. I love to go on them. He is not. So he said, but that would be so much fun for you to go. I said, but you don't like roller coasters. But he says, but I love you and you like roller coasters. So we decided we would go over to Universal Studios, which we've been before a couple of times. Last time we went, we had a couple of the grandkids. Actually, we had all three of the grandkids. And the two boys were really little. They were in arms. And it was raining like crazy. And our granddaughter was 9 at the time. She danced on stage over there. And so we took the two littles and her, and we went over to Universal Studios. Had a great time, except that it was raining like cats and dogs. It was crazy. But it was fun just to see them play around and have a great time. But it was cold and rainy. But that's because it was like in February-ish is when we went. So we thought we would go over there, just the two of us, and have a great time and just, kind of play around and see all the stuff and have a good time. And there's some new stuff there. So there is a new land, which is not really kind of up our alley, but we went in there anyways. This Mario Land, and that was so funny. So it's a really cute little land for all the kiddos. And we went around and played around in Mario Land, and it was actually kind of fun. We went on Mario Ride or whatever it's called. It was actually kind of cute, and it was really fun. So we kind of played around in Mario Land. And then we, of course, our favorite ride at Universal, it's our favorite ride, Jurassic Park was fun. The Jurassic Park ride was fun. Only I don't like to be wet. I don't like wet rides. But that, I have to say, it was a very fun ride. But you do get wet. Then our other ride that was really fun, which is we went on a couple of times. We went on Jurassic Park once because I don't like to be wet. But that is a fun ride, which is the Mummy Ride is our favorite ride. It is a fun kind of roller coaster ride. Good evening, Mom. Thanks for joining. The Mummy Ride is like amazing. I mean, it is fast and it like just shoots you out and then it spins you around and then you go backwards. And it is just, Haley did not like our ride when she went. He's just like, no, I don't want to go on that ride again. And you're in the dark and it's just, oh my goodness. But it is super fun. So we went on that actually 3 times. We went on twice because the second day the line was really, really long. And the first day the line was it wasn't too bad, but oh my goodness, the second day the line was really long. So we only went on that twice, but it was so much fun. That ride was fun. Harry Potter ride we went on 3 times because the second day we just got on, got back off, and went back on ride again. So the Harry Potter ride's really fun too. So there's some fun rides. And then we went on the back lot tour twice. We went on the first day and then we went on the second day and got 2 different kind of versions of that. So that was really fun because the first day, the first person took us a little bit different, some of the same stuff, but she told us a bunch of different things. And the second guy took us on a couple of different things and told us some different things. First girl was better, but the second time we got to see a little bit different things. So that was kind of fun. And then the latter part of the trip, we went to Magic Mountain, which was all roller coasters. And I have to say that was so much fun. So that was definitely the highlight of our trip. And my husband was a great sport and did all of them with me. I mean, literally all of the roller coasters he did with me. So he was definitely a great sport. So that was definitely a fun week. So we had a great Mother's Day. I mean, I had a great Mother's Day. So he was great. But it was actually our trip was actually for our anniversary, but we had to take it early because one of our grandkids is graduating from preschool to going into kindergarten. So it's crazy. So anyways, but we had a great time. It was a lot of fun. And actually ended up being warm over there. But I think the beach part of it would be a lot cooler. Inland is always a lot warmer than the beach side. So it was a lot of fun. So I'd already made up a card so that I could do my live tonight. And I'm looking, we're going away again in 2 more weeks. But we're going on a business trip, semi-business trip. And I still needed a couple more thank you cards for his team that puts on these trips for him, because he won't be seeing these people anymore. But I realized that a lot of these people that are doing this, they're not all females. And he was naming off some of the guys that are going to be there. And I'm like, I do have some of the thank you cards, but they're more female. So I was looking kind of on some sites, and this lady did these really simple thank you cards that were more masculine, and I loved them. And unfortunately, some of the products are discontinued, but you could probably figure out some stuff that you have in your stash of paper. Like me, I have a ton of paper that's everywhere. I just didn't want to go looking for paper. I happen to have the paper that she used. But if you have any other paper that you want to use, of course you could do that. I happen to have the paper that she has, but it's just discontinued. It's retired. It's just a discontinued. It's retired paper. The stamp set, however, is not. It is online, so you can get the stamp set, and it is really, it's a huge stamp. It's called Thank You. The stamp set itself is called Thanking You, but it's huge thank you, which is nice. It takes up the whole card basically. But you could do all kinds of different things with it. You could put pretty paper up here and down here. I mean, you could do so many different things with this, but I did it simple like she did. And the lady that I got this from, her name is Mary Nab. And so I just thought this was great. I loved her idea, so I kind of snagged it. I think she used a couple different colors, and she did a little bit different. I actually did it very, very simple. So I actually stamped everything and did this already pre-done. This stamp is really big, and so pretty much you have to situate it on your block. This is the E block. And it does kind of hang off of your block, and I thought it's not going to work if it doesn't fit on your block. But see, I did stamp it just to make sure. So what you have to do is you have to put it on your block, and you have to kind of situate it kind of crooked on there, and then I stamped it with my stamp pad. So I used Early Espresso, and since it's so big, it doesn't fit on the stamp pad. And when they're big like that, I don't like to stamp on this way. I like to put it this way and stamp the stamp pad on here anyways. And it will work. So then you flip it over. Oops, do it the right way. And then you stamp this way, and it will work. There's enough on there but and the nice thing also is that it's photopolymer. So you can see if you've got it all stamped enough. Once you have it all stamped on here, you can turn it over and see if you have any spaces that need to be stamped with your stamp pad anymore. And if it does, then you just flip it back over, set it down, and stamp some more, and then you know that it needs more ink on there. So it works perfectly when you do that. So it makes it nice to be able to do that. So it's good. So the E block does work. I thought, oh my goodness, because the S block is 3 times this size, and then you're trying to manage the block and that, and oh my goodness, yeah. So the Stamparatus, if you have the Stamparatus that we discontinued, that also will work, but I didn't want to show that because it's already, I'm using enough stuff that's already discontinued, but the Stamparatus also will work. But so what I did was I used on both of my cards, I used the Early Espresso as my base, but you could also, I used 2 different colors, but you can use different colors if you wish. And then I used the Basic Beige as my undercolor. Again, you can use different colors. And then inside I used white as my color, but you could use the Basic Beige as your color instead of white, which I just now thought of that, silly me. And you have a scrap left over when you do this, when you cut this out. So I used a scrap piece to put in here so that when you open it up, you still have a really pretty piece in here. So, and then these are the dots, neutral matte dots. We still have these in the new catalog, so you can use these dots as well. And because when you cut this out, you still have a piece left to do your envelope, and you have a piece to do the inside. So this paper is 6 by 6. So you have a piece to do this, your envelope, and this little piece here. So you're using all your 6 by 6 piece, but still. And you just stamp on top of the paper, which normally I don't usually do that. I don't usually stamp on top of the paper. I usually stamp on another piece of paper and on there. So this is a super simple card. I thought that was amazing. I'm like, oh my goodness, that is really cool. Super simple. Oh my goodness. So I love that. This will be nice. My husband can write inside here what he wants to say, and then we can put it inside there, and off we go. So masculine, or it could even be generic enough that if he wants to give it to someone else, he can. So the second one, I decided there was a blue version of this, and I thought that is really nice as well. So we start with a normal, I always call it normal. It's really not normal because you could use the others. You could do it the other way, the other direction, but you'd have to cut this piece a little bit different. But I like this size, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I don't know why this seems to be my standard. I should say standard because that's my standard. But you can do whatever size you wish. You can do 4 1/4 by 11 if you wish. It's scored at 5.5. I seem to like my cards going this direction. Don't know why. A lot of people like them going the other direction. But instead of opening it like a book, I'm going to open it. Instead of opening it like a book, I'm going to open it up and down. So, and again, so this piece, I didn't put down how I cut that, but so that is 3/4 by 4. Okay. And our cardstock that goes here on the outside, this piece is 5.5 by 3 1/4. And this piece that I stamped, so this is our DSP, that's 5.5 by 3. So this will fit right on here. So this will go on here. And try and get a little border on each side, but otherwise it butts up against each other. And then that gives us, this is 2 1/4. So by 6, because our paper was 6 by 6. So that gives us enough for our envelope. Let's get our envelope on so that can start drying. Even that side would be nice. You could do a card on that side with some lighter paper. That would also be nice. And I know that there is some other like masculine color and masculine papers that we have that are in the catalog. I just didn't pull them. I just didn't take the time to sit and pull them. So that would also be something you could look up and use and utilize. I just didn't take the time. I just liked what she had done. And so I just used her idea. It was fast and quick for me to do since I was going to be out of town. But I know that we do have some other ones that are in there. All right, so we're going to want to put this. Sorry, I'm out of picture. So we're going to want to put this on. And I'm going to want to I didn't do a really good job of the other one. Let's try to see if I can get this better. I don't really need this now, but I use that. It looks to be pretty good. It looks to be better than I did the first time, so all right. And then for my inside piece, I put it on my right side. You can put it on the left side, whichever side you want to put it on. I don't know why I put it on the right side. It just seemed like that's where it wanted to go. So whichever side you want to put that on. So I did get a little bit of new product, and I'm going to try and play with that this week so that Monday we have some new product out of the new catalog. See how good I did not get that over good enough. All right, so that's going to go inside. And so I could have used, I probably should have used, instead of white, I should have used the basic beige, but that's okay. That probably would have looked a little bit better, but oh wow. Now it's a little bit late. I've got that all cut out and got that on there. That's what we're going with. All right, now we can. So I didn't glue this down. What I ended up doing was I ended up popping this up to give it a little bit more dimension. So I used my, excuse me. Giving it some dimension. So of course I used my dimensionals. All right. And just try to give it, sorry, something seems to be in my throat. There we go. And let's look at our little neutral dots. So I picked these, I didn't want the white ones, so I picked this color, but we could also use this color. That color kind of looks nice too, to give it some different color. I think I'm going to stick with this one. All right. That's a simple, easy card. So yeah, they can, you're right, they're super easy. They look great. I mean, they can be for either male or female, but they're so simple, but yet they look nice. I mean, they don't, I mean, it's a simple, easy card, but they look great. So I really liked it, that it was a simple, easy card. I mean, I could make, you know, sell several of these like quickly and hand them out. So that's what I liked about them. And so I thought, oh my goodness, this would be such an easy show since I'll be coming back from vacation exhausted. So next week I'll have some really fun things to show out of the new catalog. And I do get to show you the new catalog. So these are your cards for tonight. So I just thought those were really cute. They're easy to do. They're fun. You can write what he needs to write inside there, and then we can give them out. And I just thought that would be really fun to do. So for the new catalog, what did I just do? This is this is so pretty. I love this new catalog. And there's just such fun stuff in here. The beginning is creative. So sorry, my brain is going. Scrapbooking. It's got some nice scrapbooking workshop kits. And then it has some ephemera packs. And it's got some more big, this congratulations. That's one whole stamp, just like I just used. It's got some of the returning stamps. It's got some new ones coming out. Let's see, we used this lovely hello. I've used that. Here's the turtley one. I do have the turtley one. I haven't used it yet, but that is super cute. So this has got some really cool stuff in here, and I can't wait to start playing with it. I did order a couple of things out of here, and I'm going to play with a couple of them. I haven't played with this yet. I have ordered. This is going to be so much fun. Where is it? So I haven't ordered this one yet. This Silly Safari, I ordered this just for my granddaughter because there is a giraffe and she is a giraffe person. So I did order that. So this is going to be a fun set to work with. So these are big party alphabet dies and this banner party dies. This is what people are playing with them and making all kinds of fun stuff with. So I ordered those because I have a feeling those are going to be super popular. So I ordered those. I don't know what I'm making with them yet, but I ordered those. But yeah, so there is some stuff in here that I did order, and I'm going to try and play with them. I have a busy week, though. I'm picking up the kids and taking them and running them, and got stuff going on with them. So, but I'm going to try to play with them. If not, hopefully this weekend when I'm not quite so busy, play with something this weekend. So I have a new card to show everybody. Since we do have a new catalog, show something out of the new catalog for Monday's live. But anyways, if you need anything or have any questions about the new catalog, we do also have new incentives. So we have a new, if you sign up with me and become part of my team, we have a great incentive. That's awesome and amazing. We also have some online specials that are going on, and we have new. So if you get like 10% off just being a demonstrator, but now you also get, for purchasing, you also get, and I'm sorry, I'm not saying the words right. You get like coupons, and that's not really what they are, but that's how everybody's explaining them. So instead of, you used to get like when you went into your cart and then you got to spend money right away. Now you get to have something for the next time that you purchase something. So I'll explain it better. I'll have all the wording next time. So now when you purchase, like for every $10, you get a certain amount. So it's actually really kind of fun now. You still get rewards, Stampin' Up! Rewards. That's what it's called. You get Stampin' Up! Rewards. You still get those. They're just paying them to you differently. So it's really fun. And I have a printout somewhere. I will have that printed out so that I can explain that a little bit better. So a lot of fun, exciting new stuff that's happening. A lot of fun and exciting stuff. And I will have that all for you on Monday. It's all just became live, and I just haven't had it all wrapped in my head since I've been away. Have any questions? Let me know, and I can certainly get those answered for you. But otherwise, have a great week, and I can't wait to be with you on Monday and share all of that new stuff with you. Have a wonderful week, and thanks for being with me. Bye-bye. See you.